Hi, this is Anita from 5 Minutes with Art. Edgar Degas famously said, "Art is not what you see, but what you make others see." And this has been a quote that's been quoted quite a bit. Exactly what is art? What exactly does he mean by this? Here are 10 reasons why I believe that illustrates why art is not merely what the artist sees, but maybe what the artist wants you to see. Art is a mediator between the artist and the viewer. The artist paints the art, the viewer views the art. The art itself is the mediator between the artist and the viewer. So the artist takes their visions, their emotions, their ideas, and translates it onto a medium that others can interpret. So true success of a piece of art is not measured by how closely the audience sees what the artist sees, but how the work opens up new vistas of understanding or feeling, for the people who are viewing it. Art has the power to open the mind's eyes. Art can uniquely unlock the viewer's imagination, inviting them to assign their own meanings and emotions and overtones to the work. That is one of the great things about when you go to a museum. You sit and you look at the art and you think, what did the artist mean by this? What was the interpretation of this? So art is sort of like it opens up the mind's eye. And art is an emotional catalyst. Art has a compelling power to stir our emotions. From paintings that capture the serenity of landscapes to, even to music. Music is a form of art that resonates to our deepest feelings. Art can affect us on an emotional level. The art that we can find inspiration, solace, and renewed sense of wonder. Art can touch every single one of our senses. That's one reason why art is such a great thing, is that, art can really touch our senses. It can help us to be able to see things in a new light and to see things differently. Art can, it can challenge, it can be a communicator. Art can be a way for artists to communicate something, through the world, whether it's the canvas, the dance floor, a musical instrument, whatever the art is, whatever the artist is, it's a way to be able to communicate something. Art can also be a cultural mirror. Art can show us culture. It can show us another world. It can show us something else. It can show us another time. It can show us another life. That's what art can do. Art can transpose us back into that time. It can be a catalyst for social change. Artists have been the instruments of igniting social change for a long time. So art can be a way to be able to catalyze this change, to be able to make this change and to see this change happen. Art can go across boundaries. That's one of the great things about art is, art doesn't know any boundaries. Art can go across boundaries. It can go against culture. It can go around time. It can go around the world. Art can be something that can transpose or can go over all types of boundaries. It can be a form of personal transformation, has a power to influence individual growth. Whether it's a book, whether it's a music, whether it's a painting you see, art can change you. It can make you a different person. It can give you the power to make others see things indefinitely. That's one of the great things about some of the classic works of art, why people are still talking about some of these classic works of art, because of the fact that they are still so powerful. And one of them that I love, that I've talked about here before, is Leonardo da Vinci's The Last Supper. I love that painting of The Last Supper, where he basically painted when Christ told the apostles, one of you is going to betray me, and he painted every single one of their reactions. I love that painting because I learn a lot about those apostles through that painting. Leonardo da Vinci has transposed me into his own thinking about that event, and it's opened up my eyes in a different way. Edgar Degas said, "Art is not what you see, but what you make others see." What he was really saying is art has the power to change, to transpose us, and for us to go over boundaries. Art is a very powerful thing. This is Anita from 5 Minutes with Art. We hope you've enjoyed our 5 minutes we spend each week to talk about different things to do with art. If you'd like to be able to read this blog that I've written about art is not what you see, but what you make others see, I will put a link in our description for you if you'd like to be able to see that blog and read more about this. Thank you so much for being part of our community, for listening. We really do appreciate you. And we appreciate those who make this possible, specifically our team and Rico, who makes this podcast possible. Thank you.